Hey guys, this is Chris. I'm here with Alex. Now, VR has been a huge part of CES this year, and we've seen some of the coolest stuff. You got a chance to check out something by Sulan. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's called the Cortex, and now this is an entirely wireless VR and augmented reality headset.
What's the difference between VR and augmented reality for the layperson?
Yeah, well, augmented reality, it integrates what is, your surroundings. So
Right.
this thing actually scans, the room that you're in, and you've got walls in the 3D environment that you're looking at that are, one-to-one with the walls in the actual room,
And then, so you put this thing on. What does it feel like in comparison to other VR units you've had on your head?
It definitely wasn't the prettiest looking VR that I've used.
How big is it, first off?
It's pretty big because the CPU is actually inside of this thing. Like, it's wireless. It doesn't it doesn't need to hook into a PlayStation. It doesn't need to hook into a PC. All the computation is going on inside the thing, so it's pretty big. It's got kind of this big ball like on the back.
So the weight is in the back?
So it's pretty balanced. It doesn't feel uncomfortable.
Oh, so there's no strain on your neck or anything. It's just kind of a.
It's bulky.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah.
Cool. So like that's how it fit. How did it feel and how did it look?
Well, inside of it, the demo that I used, it was basically like an engine block that you gave like a hand gesture, and boom, the thing flies apart, sort of like in like a hardware commercial or something,
Right.
And then you can look all around at all the different aspects, of these engine pieces.
So applications are, you could use it for gaming.
Definitely
but
for
you could
gaming.
also use it for these sort of like
Product
tours
demos.
and product
Yeah.
demos and stuff like that. So is this coming to market? Is it a consumer thing?
So it's going to be a developer kit. It'll be out later this year, and they're also going to be at GDC where they'll be showing more gaming-focused demos. Because what we saw was basically like an engineering demo.
Right. So with all this stuff that's going on, we're seeing all this VR and all this like promise for gaming. When do you think we'll see actual like products and people getting this in their homes?
Man, I really don't know. I mean, I would not be surprised to see somebody actually take something to market, next year in 2016.
Right.
But honestly, I think that's still going to be early adopter stuff. It's still, may not get a full-fledged recommendation from us.
How was the wireless? Did it keep up? Was it working well? Like lag, any of that stuff, latency?
Yeah, it was working well. I mean, I was surprised, and I mean, the thing's got a battery in there. You don't even need to have a power cable. And if you're going to be doing the kind of 3D, where you can walk around, that's what you have to have, So I was really impressed with that.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that it's one of those things where, the convenience, sort of the form of it, the wirelessness of it is going to kind of dictate what it's used for. So like tours and stuff like that, or multiple people looking at the same thing, interacting. Could you hook those things up and have people in the same space? Is that a plan?
What's it? They didn't say anything about that, and I mean, I was just flying solo in this thing. And I mean, it represented the walls, but there were also chairs in the room, that weren't represented.
Right.
So I was glad that there were people there to make sure I wasn't going to go walk into a table or something.
Did you get a chance to game on it at all?
No, it was really just this kind of static engineering demo, but I did use like hand gestures and things. It was a little bit like, being Tony Stark or whatever. And like,
or Lawnmower Man.
Yeah. For a more
Lawnmower Man.
More retro reference there.
Yeah, exactly. For a more 40-year-old man reference, Lawnmower Man. So great. For all things Lawnmower Man and VR, stay tuned to CES coverage from IGN.com.